What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we're going to be talking about LAMINE YAMAL, the 17-year-old star boy at Barcelona who's ripping it up. And there's a lot of Ballon'dor speculation, a lot of Ballon'dor talk potentially about LAMINE YAMAL. And I just want to give my opinion. So guys, like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe if you haven't. Road to 500 subs. We're almost there, guys. Almost at 500 subs. So subscribe if you haven't. But let's get into this video anyway. Because guys, the Ballon'dor ceremony by France Football, it was just held last week or a couple of days ago. Vinny did not end up winning it, but it was Rodri. Some people are saying it's a robbery. In my opinion, at the end of the day, I don't really care because there's no Barcelona players involved, and also Rodri is probably the best player in the world when everybody's healthy. So the best player in the world winning it doesn't sound like a robbery to me, to be honest. And let's move on anyway, because LAMINE YAMAL, there's some Ballon d'Or talk. Anyway, he finished 8th officially. France Football, that's what they voted. So he was in the top 10 when he was 16 years old for the most part, and now he's 17, and he also won the KOPA trophy. And LAMINE YAMAL, Gavi, and Pedri all won this KOPA trophy, which is the golden, I think that's the golden boy trophy. So LAMINE YAMAL, he's well on his way to winning these awards. Hopefully he can win the Ballon d'Or. And that is the topic of today. Can LAMINE YAMAL win the Ballon d'Or? In my opinion, I think that he can. And the craziest part is that I think he could possibly win it next year. And the reason why I say this is because he's won the Copa. But guys, let's be honest. LAMINE YAMAL, is he a top 10 player in the world right now? I think he is, to be honest. Like, forget form. I know Rafinha, for example, Lewandowski, they're in top 4. But LAMINE YAMAL, he's an overall football player. He's creative. He kind of reminds me of Neymar, but left-footed. I know people like the Messi comparison because he's left-footed, but he's more of like a Neymar. He does more skills. Messi does the quick dribbling, which is just phenomenal. You can't really stop it at all. But LAMINE YAMAL, I think that his trajectory is insane if he keeps his head level-headed. And LAMINE YAMAL, let's talk about where it all started. Xavi introduced this guy off the bench when Ousmane Dembele kind of snaked us, and Rafinha was injured and also got a suspension from a red card, I think, against Getafe. And LAMINE YAMAL, he started starting. He had a breakout game, I think, against Villarreal. It was a crazy game. We won 4-3 on the night, and he got an assist to Gavi. And ever since then, he just had better performances. He was kind of inconsistent at the beginning, but he became consistent. He became more confident. And the latter part of the season, I remember the second leg against PSG, he cooked Nuno Mendes. And honestly, I really think that we would have won that tie if LAMINE YAMAL wasn't subbed off, if Araujo didn't get that red. And now it's just ifs and should-haves and could-haves. But LAMINE YAMAL was honestly on smoke that day. And LAMINE YAMAL, I really think that we have one of the best wingers in the world right now. Forget the future, right now. Because LAMINE YAMAL right now, who could you say is better than him? And he backed it up after the great season with Barcelona, his breakout year. Look at the Euros, like no further than the Euros. He was absolutely phenomenal. I think he was Spain's top 3 players. I know Rodri won the award of player of the tournament, but guys, I think Fabian, LAMINE YAMAL, they're probably the best 2 players. And Dani Olmo, once he came in, to be honest, that goal against France was probably the most clutch, meaningful goal for Spain in that whole tournament. A French team that was stubborn, they don't concede goals. LAMINE YAMAL said, take that, in the top corner. And LAMINE YAMAL, I really think that he's a special player. He's not like these other guys, like, for example, Garnacho or like Barcola. I know they're young wingers and they look awesome, but guys, those guys are just pace and power. They have a little bit of flair, but not too much. Let's be honest, guys. The creativity of LAMINE YAMAL, why does he have a signature cross already? And the reason why he also can win this Ballon d'Or is because look how he's starting this season. LAMINE YAMAL, Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski, they're all getting their stats up. They're getting the GA. And in my opinion, they're probably 3 of the top 5 attackers in world football right now. But in my opinion, I think LAMINE YAMAL has the edge over Rafinha personally because he's probably the more creative player, the naturally gifted player, also the media, the way they push him. And potentially, if you saw the Ballon d'Or ceremony, they were asking, do you think that you can be the youngest Ballon d'Or winner? And he didn't understand because the translation was messed up. But R9 currently holds the record at 21 years old. And this is where I think that he could really break the record because in reality, he has a couple years, 2 or 3, to get that first Ballon d'Or. But also, I think that LAMINE YAMAL, he has an edge over Rafinha, as I already stated. But also Lewandowski, I think Lewandowski right now, to be fair, he's probably number 1 for the candidate right now to win the next Ballon d'Or. But the thing is, LAMINE YAMAL, I think he's going to be more consistent than Lewandowski. We've seen last year when Lewandowski gets doubled, tripled. When the system is not working and feeding Lewandowski, he can struggle. But Robert Lewandowski right now is feasting in this handsy flick system. But LAMINE YAMAL, I think in those games, he will shine above. I remember Mallorca last year when he just finessed into the top corner. Lamine Yamal is something special against France in the Euros. What did I say? He put it into the top corner. He in the moments that really count, I think that's when he's going to make his impact. And we saw it in the month of, I think, September, where he won his first player of the month, and it was well deserved. Rafinha gave it to him, but that was probably the most consistent we've seen Lamine Yamal with the Barcelona shirt. He took his game to another level, adding goals. That's probably the main thing he needs to do. He's already one of the elite playmakers and elite dribblers in world football. And what's in Lamine Yamal's favor is that Hansi Flick's system is so aggressive to scoring goals, and I feel like it's going to only benefit him over time. Hansi Flick, look what we're doing. We have over 3 goals average per game. That's unheard of for Barcelona since, I believe, 2017 times. Ever since Neymar left, we haven't been this offensive juggernaut. But Hansi Flick, with Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Rafinha, they are putting up numbers. And I think Lamine Yamal, throughout the season, his goal scoring will get better just because he's going to be more experienced, and he's just going to keep on getting these chances in front of goal, and surely he's going to take them. And Hansi Flick, he's such a good game manager. He's such a good man manager, and I think that's why the players, they're trying stuff. I seen Lamine Yamal do Rabona. I think he's only going to get more confident, and we have the squads to compete under Hansi Flick, and that ultimately would lead to trophies. And if we get trophies with Hansi Flick, that means Lamine Yamal is definitely going to be in the run-in for winning the Ballon'dor in 2025. And that would be awesome. Imagine if he wins. What would he be, 18 years old? 18 years old. That would be unbelievable. I know there's Mbappe, Vinny, Bellingham, all these guys, Erling Haaland. I know Rodri's out with that ACL. But there's a bunch of competitors right now. But guys, Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal are probably the top 2 candidates. And Lamine Yamal would be absolutely awesome. I would love for him to win a Ballon'dor before 21. That would be awesome to break R9's record. And guys, he already has a moment. You need some moments to win the Ballon'dor. Rodri had moments. Messi had moments, of course, with the World Cup. All these guys, Benzema had moments. This guy has already had a moment, and that moment was shushing that Bernabeu with a calm celebration. Shout out CR7. But hey, guys, that's it for me. To be honest, I think that we gotta beat Espanyol. I'm gonna predict a 4-1 against Espanyol, but I really hope that Lamine Yamal can get this Ballon d'Or and that Barcelona get these trophies at the end of the year. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Road to 500 subs, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.